China wants a marriage with Russia. It wants to solidify its relationship with Moscow. What is currently a fling, China wants to turn into a lifelong commitment with no scope of separation and divorce. In the most extreme circumstances, if the two countries do break up, Beijing seems to be getting ready to loot Russia with its alimony demands as well. Russia, on its part, does not even consider its relationship with China to be special. While China wants to go all in, Russia is treating its relationship with Beijing very casually. Russia wants a no-strings-attached partnership with China, but Xi Jinping is now beginning to annoy Vladimir Putin with his unreasonable demands. Hi and welcome. You are watching TFI Global, the foreign affairs and geopolitical analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I am your host Sanbir Ranhotra, and in this video I will tell you why China wants a prenup before marriage with Russia. It is no secret that Russia is using China for its own needs. In fact, Russian President Vladimir Putin is playing a mighty game with China. In the short term, he is using China as an export market and is simultaneously also working towards expanding Russia's influence around the world once again. Russia is well aware of China's devilish designs to eat into its exclusive sphere of influence. China, meanwhile, is beginning to realize that Russia is treating it like a rag doll with which Putin plays when he is bored. China fears its axis of convenience with Russia, which is riddled with fault lines, could be shattered at any moment, leaving Beijing exposed to a number of crises. Therefore, Xi Jinping is now pushing for a legislative agreement with Russia which secures the partnership between the two countries forever. The head of China's legislature, yes, they have one, has called for closer ties with Russia's lawmaking bodies to lay a legal foundation for greater economic integration and political security. Li Chanshu, head of the National People's Congress and a member of the 7-member-strong Communist Party Politburo Standing Committee, said China and Russia should support each other's core interests with legislation. According to the South China Morning Post, Li is the third most powerful man in the CCP and is a longtime protege of President Xi Jinping. According to Chang Xin, who is an associate professor of international relations at Shanghai's East China Normal University, China's push for the formalization of an alliance with Russia, especially in the economic realm, underlines Beijing's impatience over the progress of ties with Moscow. Interestingly, Li Chanshu made a reference to the Cold War while calling on Russia to formalize its alliance with China. He said, "We must work closely within the international multilateral framework. We must resolutely oppose starting a new Cold War, bullying and interference in domestic affairs." Why the Cold War reference is the key question. China wants a prenup with Russia for a variety of reasons. The most important among them, however, is avoiding a direct military confrontation with Moscow as was seen during the Cold War. In 1969, Russia and China came to the brink of war as the Sino-Soviet conflict escalated. The Sino-Soviet border conflict was a 7-month undeclared military conflict between the Soviet Union and China in 1969, following the Sino-Soviet split. China does not want a repeat of such a conflict. Rest assured, a conflict with Russia would spell doom for China. With the democratic world already inkling for a conflict with Beijing, making an enemy out of Russia would most definitely result in China's demise. China is scared. It wants a written agreement where the alliance between Russia and China is made a non-negotiable and non-redactable condition. This document would guide relations between the two countries for decades to come. Therefore, China would feel a sense of security and will be able to call Russia its official ally. However, Putin is not going to give in to such Chinese demands. Russia kicked China out of Belarus. In the face of an import ban by China on Russian seafood, Moscow found markets around the world to export to. Moscow is also rubbing its copper independence on China's face. In Southeast Asia, Russia has been arming China's enemies. It is also India's most important defense partner. Vladimir Putin, who is Russia's president, is a realist. He wants to re-establish Russia as a powerhouse. The man is all too aware of Xi Jinping's ambitions, which is why he will not commit to China like Jinping wants him to.